This game is not what I expected. I went into the playtest for Nakwon Last Paradise with high interest but low expectations. The gaming community's relationship with Nexon has been a complicated one at best and often infuriating. With a reputation of aggressive monetization in many of their games, as well as a long track record of abandoning games, it's not a stretch of the imagination for people to see the name as a red flag. But the company isn't all bad. In fact, according to Embark production director Chao Braga, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Arc Raiders as we know it today wouldn't even exist without Nexon. And that's a game I absolutely love. But it wasn't the goodwill of Nexon towards Embark that made me want to give Nakwon Last Paradise a try. It was an extraction PvPvE experience centered around a zombie outbreak, and on paper, it's the type of game I've waited decades for. Ever since I first played Resident Evil Outbreak, I wondered what a free-form survival experience of a zombie game would be like. Over time, games like Project Zomboid and the State of Decay series have come close in different ways, but none of these ever reached the level of an experience where I could invest my time into for not only pure enjoyment, but a genuine adrenaline rush. High risk, high reward in a meaningful way. I went into Nakwon Last Paradise to give it a shot, and over the course of a playtest, I found myself addicted to the gameplay loops and praying a release date is somewhere on the horizon soon. Why are you wearing shorts?
Because I have to. This is how you survive out here, man.
Are your shoes fucking taped? Do you have soles taped onto your socks?
I think so.
Bro, that's fucking crazy. Nakwon's first foot forward isn't a strong one when it's first presented to you. After a brief introduction to the stakes of this horrifying new world, players are dropped into the boots of a woman that serves as the tutorial character. While tutorials are important for people who may have never touched a video game before, I think it's better to introduce mechanics organically rather than an entirely guided segment. Over the course of the next few minutes, you're introduced to the main gameplay mechanics from inventory management, combat and stealth, and injury and extraction mechanics. While I despise tutorial levels, this one had a pretty unique twist. A cutscene brings it all to a close, and the woman we just played as doesn't make it. She becomes infected, and the perspective shifts to your character's first-person view, witnessing her zombie being put down while you were hauled into the save zone and welcomed into your new life. And right there is where you will create your character. So by the end of it, my guy ended up kind of looking like the guy from Old Boy. I don't know that actor's name, but you can kind of see the vibe, you know, very disheveled. He's kind of got that vibe going to him. The word Nakwon is actually Korean for paradise. So the game's name is actually Paradise Last Paradise, which is kind of funny, but, you know, most people aren't going to know that. I wouldn't have known it. I was kind of curious what the word was, so I looked it up. But paradise, in this context, is anything but. You're going to have to climb your way up the ladder tooth and nail, and no matter how far you climb, you're always going to be a tool to the powers that be. In the playtest, your main contact is the broker, the man who illegally smuggled you into safety, with the caveat that you're basically his slave. Your new lot in life is that of an extractor, those who are sent out from behind the safety of the walls and into the perilous world for supplies, and contracts to basically justify being a mouth to feed and head to shelter. You will always have a place to come back to, but your moments of safety will always be outweighed by your dangerous new job. Out of the frying pan and into the oven, where survival is now your employment opportunity. Over the course of last weekend's playtest, I spent 20 hours in Nakwon, and basically that's split between three main aspects of gameplay. You have your morning activities, you have your downtime, and you have your afternoon/evening activities. Every morning you are presented with events that help or hurt your character based on a variety of choices in a random event. For example, maybe your character is witnessing a fight and you have a choice to break it up. Succeed and you might get a reward from somebody that you helped. Fail and your morale and hunger may take a hit. You got your ass beat, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. From there, your downtime is split between your housing, which kind of serves as your lobby of sorts and a place to hang out, and picking a daily activity that can help recover morale and hunger, or expend it in exchange for currency or experience. When the afternoon hits, it's time to queue up for an expedition. In the playtest, we had access to free loot solo and free loot duos, with two more modes currently inaccessible called Co-op Mission and Conflict Zone Exploration. I noticed a lack of trios or even quads, and out of curiosity, I went digging, and the only thing I could find was a 2023 interview that said that at the time they had no plans for party sizes larger than 2 due to concerns about making the game too easy, essentially. It should be noted, though, that this does not stop people from working together in the lobbies if they happen to run into random people that are nice. But teaming up with randoms isn't exactly the same as dropping in with a party of your friends. I have no idea what the 2 locked modes will end up becoming, but from the wording I expect the co-op mission to be some sort of PvE exclusive mode, while perhaps Conflict Zone Exploration is a PvP exclusive zone. Over the course of playtime, we had access to 2 maps, South Jongno and North Jongno, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am not Korean. The only Korean word I know how to say so far is Nakwon, so I apologize. These are both very densely packed urban areas with various points of interest, and with the latter having higher stakes in terms of danger. So whatever danger you had in the first zone, North Jongno really raised the stakes. We had sprinting zombies, we had more of the special zombies, things like that. While I don't have exact measurements of the map sizes, I can say that they not only feel large, but with how densely packed they are, it felt massive. Like, I felt like I was in some of the biggest maps I've ever experienced in a game like this. They're huge. We had moments of friendly cooperation, tense and violent fights, and even hilarious player encounters, and I was instantly reminded of Arc Raiders without aggression-based matchmaking. But if you're worried about PvP, I'd actually say you have less reason to worry about it in this game compared to other extraction games. Firearms are incredibly rare. Melee weapons and armor raise the stakes of getting you close together with your enemy, and a wrong move such as a car alarm going off or glass breaking can suddenly bring a horde of zombies down on you. PvP may still happen, but you're far less likely to encounter rat-like behavior when the rats have just as high a chance of dying to the environment as you do. The blend of community interaction versus the dangers posed by zombies is what made me realize I was looking at something that could be just as special to me as Arc Raiders is. Running into a duo who wanted to fight and then went on their way after a friendly battle, giving my friend Austin and I each silver turtle figurines, was an early encounter that we experienced. Later on in the playtest, I was attacked by a random player, and upon beating the living hell out of them, another player thought I was the aggressor and tried to step in to help, but then when I explained what happened, we made amends while the original attacker sulked off into the night. Along the way, I helped people with their quest objectives. I shared loot in high-level areas so people didn't feel like they walked away empty-handed. I did a lot of stuff that I would normally do on an Arc Raider stream. And that's when I realized that's because this game is kind of like Arc Raiders with zombies. It's a game where people are encouraged to work together when they can against a common threat, but if you feel like it, you technically could work against your fellow man. Those who watch me play Arc Raiders know I'm a generally helpful player in that game. And that was much the case with Nakwon. I helped who I could and harmed who I had to, but never went looking for a fight with the exception of the final hour of playtesting, where I went hunting to see how the shotgun I found felt in combat.
What, do y'all want to fight?
Shit, I don't know, Austin, want to fight him?
Yeah, fuck
It's up to you
him.
guys.
Yeah,
We
we
are
can
very
fight.
gear, purple.
Yeah, we
All
can
right,
fight.
okay.
That's zombie apocalypse when we all should be banding together, but yeah, fuck it, let's kill each other. Oh shit, there's a bad zombie past this Humvee.
All right, well, I'm going for it.
He's
Here we
big
go.
as fuck,
Alright.
got a shovel.
Oh my
I think
god.
if
Oh my god, I
we
love
take his
your
front
outfit,
and the
though.
back.
Your outfit's
Alright,
hilarious.
fuck it up.
Thank you.
Look at the ambush. God
course you
damn.
did.
God damn.
Oh, ow, ow.
Oh god, retreat. Chris, go.
Ah, damn.
All right.
Is there another?
You can go ahead and res your friend. Res your friend. You did a good job. My friend's a dumbass who missed the jump, so y'all could
did
have
he
baby
fuck
killed
up the
me.
jump? It's all good.
This is not good.
When I wasn't out on an expedition, I was at home decorating my house. An incredibly in-depth system allows you to decorate your house with literally anything you pick up. Want trash? Throw it in the corner. Find an instant ramen machine while you're out and about? Put it up somewhere. Even though I only upgraded my living quarters from a seedy shipping container to a small 2-room shed, I was able to make it my own. By the end of the playtest, I felt like I was living slum rich, including 2 mini fridges stocked with food, including legendary drop gochujang, and all sorts of odds and ends to not only make it a home, but to put the decorating to the test. What I found was surprising because I did not expect an extraction game to outpace other games with dedicated housing systems by such a large margin in my opinion. Final Fantasy XIV, please take note. Now, I know I've been singing Nakwon's praises, and honestly, it definitely deserves it. However, I think it's also time to remind myself and the viewers that it is indeed worth talking about the possibility of the monetization being a bit extreme. With the housing system and with the outfit systems, I think there's going to be a plethora of monetization to be had. It's been expressed that they want to avoid pay-to-win monetization, and that's fantastic. But pay-to-win to a lot of people is a lot more than just how you perform in combat. If players feel like the best housing decorations and outfits are locked behind a paywall, that's going to be pretty divisive. Would I feel that way? Probably not. Being able to decorate with anything you find alleviates a lot of that concern for me personally when you can make your home wholly unique. But if they drop something neat in a shop or a battle pass that I really want, I can indulge in it, but I won't feel obligated. But I have to acknowledge that I'm not everyone. My views on microtransactions are often very lax when the main game itself is sold me. I just thought it was worth making aware that I can see the writing on the wall. We all know there's going to be a battle pass, and the fact that Nexon is the publisher tells me all I need to know. It's not if there will be microtransactions, it's just how many will there be. In the last hour of the playtest, I watched as the matchmaking was cut off and I took one last look around my home. I thought back on all the expeditions I'd had so far. The narrow escapes, the fun interactions, the moments of terror and hilarity alike. If you hear others describe Nakwon as arc raiders with zombies, don't take it as an insult or a statement that the game is derivative. There's no higher praise you can give in the extraction genre right now. It means you have the sauce. You've built a world people want to play in. You've given gameplay that thrives on a community of varied faces. And you've encompassed it all in an addictive package that left me wanting more. I'll participate in every playtest I'm able to for Nakwon. And I'll hope that we hear about a release date around the corner very, very soon. I hope we don't have to wait long. Thank you for taking the time to see my thoughts on Nakwon Last Paradise's playtest. Please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Whether you're a new viewer or one of my old subscribers, I've loved having you here today, and I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to put out an actual video. I talked about it at length some time back. I'm only going to make videos when a game really speaks to me one way or the other. You know, I'm not just going to turn into a content mill. My main lot on here is streaming now, so when I make a video, I want it to be something that's very important. Whether it's a very good game, a very bad game, or something that was weird enough that it just spoke to me. Anyway, everyone, I've been Jonathan Irwin Jerwinko here, and you've been watching Jerwinko Gaming. Until next time, stay cool and stay gaming.
Are we exiting?
Oh, yeah, we're exiting. Oh shit! Oh! Ow! Ah!